All right, so in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about what it means to be an expert and what it is that we look for when we're talking about experts and what we think an expert really is. So an expert is somebody who has mastered a skill, but they also have talent. And so we're looking for talent as well as skill. So it's one thing to be able to learn the tools and the skill set of video. That's something that anybody can learn. That's something that I could teach to somebody who's never touched a camera in their whole life. But talent is something that is a little bit deeper. And I think a lot of people have different views of what that is. And I think that as somebody who probably is talented, if you feel like you have a talent in film and video production, then that means that there's something deeper inside you, something more intrinsic that you can't quite explain. There's a love for it. There's this natural affinity with a camera that when you touch a camera, you think, wow, like this is really like, I want to be a filmmaker. I want to make videos. I want to, capture things with a lens, and I love to, I can see the details and the nuances of every single shot. That's what we're talking about when we talk about experts. So that talent, there's skills that you need to develop, and then we need to have you develop. But then there's talent, which is something that you provide that is beyond anything. So there are a few skills that I think that really kind of shape the kind of work that we do at TAG.expert. And they're very simple sort of formula that we use in order for us to actually activate that talent in you, and also to make sure that we're delivering something somewhat consistent for our customers. And these are the 5 shots. The 5 shots is not something we came up with. It's actually something that was that came up by Michael Rosenbaum. He was a lead consultant for some of the biggest networks in TV, and actually television uses his techniques still to this day. They are hands. You have these 5 shots, and it's a shot of the hands, a shot of the face, a wide shot, a side shot, and over the shoulder. Now this is the parameter. Now your talent is gonna be what shows through these shots. You can use this language, this format, to do anything. And the reason we do it this way is because when you're out filming and you're filming something that is live action, something that's unpredictable, something that is documentary in style, right? We want to make sure that we're giving the editor enough room and enough time to cut together scenes by using enough variety of shots. So oftentimes what happens, and what we've come to realize, and the reason we adopted this principle and this rule, is because when we go out on shoots, if you're really talented and you have an eye and you've got a vision for the project, it's one thing because you can get all the shots that you need according to a storyboard or something like that, right? Well, in this particular shooting environment, we really don't have a complete narrative all fleshed out. There's some ambiguity to the nature of our filming, and in our case, we just want to make sure that we capture what is there as best as possible. And this is the best way to get multiple perspectives while still being able to show a story. So, for example, if you want to get creative with it, you can do something like this. Somebody is chopping up a carrot. All right, they look over to the sous chef and make a gesture, right? And then you get a shot of their face, and then maybe that person leaves the knife, goes over to another kitchen. You can get a wide shot of him walking into that space. Then we go into a side shot of him, flipping something like this. And then we can do an over the shoulder of maybe some spices going into there. Now that might be the final look, but in every single one of those scenes, I would like there to be all those shots there. So when he's cutting a carrot, I'd like to be able to see hands, face, wide, side, over the shoulder, all of the carrot. When he's looking at the sous chef and he makes gestures over to somebody else, so he's talking to people in the kitchen, I'd like to have enough, I'd like to have those shots all there. That way the editor has a lot of room to play with. It's much easier as an editor to to have multiple 10-second clips that are different than it would be to have just 1 or 2 or 3 shots that go on for 30 seconds or 3 minutes. Believe me, some people have done 3 minutes worth of content on just 1 shot. I'm sitting there going, you're not gonna be able to use it. So remember, you get to play a role as somewhat of an editor when you're out filming. You get to somewhat have this element of, when you're recording, that's when you're capturing the content that you really need. And so if when you're done filming, what you're gonna do is you're going to take your footage and you're going to drop it into a Premiere Pro timeline. In that Premiere Pro timeline, you're going to be creating a B-roll sequence. And that B-roll sequence, I would like you to go in and just chop down all of the clips into where they're bite-sized, anywhere from 5 to 10 seconds each, that are perfect shots. And then have them lined up consecutive. Make sure you discard things where maybe the lens cap was on or you had a few fumbles. Take those things out. We want to make sure that you are being able to present your best when you're out filming, and the idea is that we have a B-roll package that's flawless, that's perfect. And if you have 20 minutes of footage that is all completely usable, then that means that the editor is going to be able to make amazing magic with it, and you're going to give them opportunities to not have to fix problems, but to enhance the story, which is what they're supposed to do. So, I highly suggest, so we're looking at these 2 elements. We need you to have the skills of being able to shoot, and obviously, the technical elements that go along with filming, lights, audio, what kind of lenses you're using, all that stuff. That's all going to be, we all have, you have specifications for all those things, which you can download below. But Alexa just went off. But what I would like for you to do is make sure that that you are taking care of your talent, that your talent is being shined. We do not want to sabotage your talent. Once you think that a skill or a technique or something like that is actually getting in the way of something that you feel innately, that you feel in your heart, that you feel like you can break a rule, we'd like to say, as long as you have those 5 shots, I'd love for you to grab shots that really do scratch that itch for you. As far as trying out new lighting ideas and trying out new concepts and whatnot, if there's an element in your talent, and then once you prove yourself to be able to do the skill set, we'll give you more range to really explore more of your eye and what it is that you really see the world through, and then that way we can actually help build you up within our organization. So thanks. I hope this helps, and I hope this clarifies things. So make sure that when you go out, you do a little test video, get those 5 shots, 7 different scenarios. So I guess that's 7 times 5, 30. What is that, 35? Is that right? 35? 35 shots that are flawless in a B-roll package. This should be roughly, what's 35? What's 35 times 10? I know it's 350, but divided by 60, roughly that's like about 2.5 minutes worth of content, and 2.5 minutes, and that will be a great way for us to determine whether or not you have what it takes. So have fun with this, and take it seriously, and we'll see you on the flip side. You will be able to make money and also do the things you love. Thanks.